everybody, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I met my goal of reaching 100 subscribers, and I know it's only because of everybody taking the time to not only view my photos but share them with other EXPs or people looking to learn about the industry, and for hitting that subscribe button. Continue to check back and watch my channel as I continue to add videos on not only experiential marketing tips, but also my life on tour with my husband T. As you guys can see, I'm here in Chicago, freezing, and we had to make a Home Depot run to pick up event supplies for our tour. So right now we're going to do a mock setup for our event on Friday with the client and everybody from the team, driving our tour vehicle that we'll be placing on site at every event. And it's actually a food truck, which I'll show you guys later on in the tour, where we'll have serve safe food chefs come on and prepare meals. First 2 days of training here for our tour without code. It's exciting to be kicking off this tour because it's different than other tours that we've done. For one, we're gonna be driving this Metro food truck, which is pretty cool. We had the chance to drive it around town, and starting tomorrow we're going to be activating for 4 days straight here in the Chicago area, and we're going to be driving it around the city. We're currently sitting in our Ford right now. We just pulled up and we're going to go in, pick up our tour vehicle, and T's going to trail me in the F-150, so I'll be driving the Metro to our first store, which is Mariano's today. So it's great to just go ahead and get this show started, to go ahead and activate our first tour, and to see how things go. We'll have the client on site. We'll have all the staff here on site. Just going to be looking forward to, what consumers think about the products, as well as feedback and ways we can improve. See you guys later. Looks like we are good to go. So we are here at our first activation at Mariano's. It is now 5:30, close to 6. We got 1 more hour, and it has jumped down into the teens. I am freezing. My hands are cold. My toes are cold. But nonetheless, we are out sampling free ginger steak and pepper to any consumers. The great thing about our Home Chef products is that it is available in all the stores, so consumers can try it today. Life on the road usually begins way before activation. It's preparation and just making sure that we take care of any personal matters, and we assist if needed on ensuring that we are ready to go for an event. So picking up any assets prior, reaching out to any contacts, and just speaking with the account managers is also something that you as a EXP, especially tour manager executing tours, have to make sure that you do, at least 48 hours prior to any event. But in our case, since this is the first event, we have everybody coming out to this event. It's just important that you are extra early, that you take extra precautions to make sure that you will be ready for your event. So got my gloves, got my scarf, got my beanie, got my jacket. So just ready to go and execute the event today. First event done, wrapping up. We just finished breaking down everything and getting our truck ready to go to pull out of here in the next 5 minutes. It's been a cold, long day, but we made it. How you feeling, T? Huh? How you feeling?
Great cold Chicago weather. What we did the first day.
Yes. All right, y'all. It's a wrap. In the books. Time to go eat some soup and get ready for tomorrow. We got an early start, 7:30 a.m. Woo! Every morning we have to come pick up our baby. We have named her Muppet from the agency and let her warm up a couple minutes. Today we'll be driving almost an hour away for our second activation in Wheaton, Illinois. Today was one for the books. We had issues with our generator on site. It shut off numerous times. And while our activation went well in a sense, the weather was extremely cold. I'm not from cold climates, so it takes some getting used to, but you have to understand when you're executing tours, especially, various tours in various weather climates, you have to be able, as a EXP, brand ambassador, tour manager, to adjust as the weather changes. Now, granted, T and I are both the tour managers on this tour. So not only do we serve as tour managers, but we also work as brand ambassadors. So we are responsible for engaging with the consumers and ensuring that they have a great experience, but also setup, breakdown, everything that goes into the overall activation of any footprint. But nonetheless, we made it through. We have one more day here in the Windy City, the cold Windy City, to activate. We're going to be prepared for our last activation day here in Chicago, and then we'll be off to Denver. Packing our truck to hit the road. Chicago was great. It was the kickoff for our tour. We had a lot of clients and a big media event and 4 events to activate there. As an EXP, especially one executing tours, I'm going to touch on 3 takeaways. Tip number 1, as I always say, you always have to make sure that you stay 2 steps ahead of your current situation. Well, the past week, that was something that we really had to implement because, situations change. No day is ever the same as a tour manager. You have to be able to adjust on the fly and be able to strategically plan how you're going to handle certain situations when they occur. Weather played a factor this week with us, with cold, frigid temperatures. So the team at Out Cold, and it was funny because T and I also suggested, moving our setup in to the inside on our last activation day because it was so cold. And it ended up working out pretty well because we did well inside the store, and our food truck was just used to cook our samples and bring them inside the store. So that was one takeaway. Always just have a plan B and a plan C in place. One thing to always keep in mind is to arrive early. As I always say before, on time is late, and arriving at least 15 minutes prior to your activation or even setup time is important. Plan to come early to set up, to meet with any contacts on site, any store managers, any on-site contacts, to ensure you can not only place your vehicle in its appropriate place, but that you will be equipped and ready to execute your event. So that's something that you always have to keep in mind. Always prepare to leave early and check your routes and plan accordingly. The last tip has to do with planning and things with the truck and just making sure those things are all set in stone. Just check to make sure that your vehicle is fine, that you don't have any issues with assets that you may be hauling, and that you're able to secure everything in a safe manner. T, any tips on that as far as hauling that you want to share?
Make sure that whatever you're hauling or whatever you're transporting, that it's securely strapped down, and also there won't be any issues with assets being broken.
And one last point, ask all questions. No question is a dumb question. So if you're not sure on how to assemble something, put something together, ask the fabrication team on site, and they'll be happy to assist you or find an answer for you. So that's all I have for Chicago. We're heading to Denver now, and we have a long route to go, 15 hours. So we'll touch base with you guys in our next video when we'll be in the Mile High City. Enjoy the rest of your day. Later. T and J on the road, the tour experience. So we'll be on the road for the next 6 months. Be sure to check back to my YouTube channel to see future videos. Share it with your friends and family, and make sure you encourage them to go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys again for all your support.